Boston Uprising is an incredibly inconsistent team that has in general not produced results against top-tier opponents bar in that one match against Houston, which was more of a throw on Houston's part anyway. They have insane adaptability issues which led to them getting swept by the winless Vancouver Titans in one of the most embarrassing matches of the year. They are simply a middling team and can't punch up very much. Hangzhou Spark are an incredibly mediocre to bad team that got lucky in the June joust. Their coaching issues have led to serious teamwork and synergizing problems that have gotten worse, leading to a full 0-4 stage last time. Pretty much any meta where Shy can't carry is tragic for them, as the rest of their roster is fairly washed despite their talent. Paris Eternal have looked alright recently, but you can't discount their easy strength of schedule leading to here. Not only that, they have also seemed overrated to me, losing to teams like Boston and Toronto twice in 1 week. The meta has seemed to favor them but is moving away from the ball comps and more back to bunker, and if the shift is completed by play-ins, it's more or less over for them. Toronto is an inconsistent team that seemed good for a week. They beat an overrated Paris twice, but lose pretty badly to the Shock and push a Pelican-less Atlanta. That, included with their extremely odd coaching decisions such as repeatedly putting their first on Gingy, makes me question their decision-making in high-pressure situations. The Justice have seemed miserable recently, going on a 9-map loss streak in the Countdown Cup. They are carried by their Stage 1 and Summer Showdown appearances. But considering this is likely the first week of a new meta which has historically been very bad for them, I doubt they will go far. On top of that, they have looked significantly worse, with their support line being a mess and even Assassin and Mag looking weak. The Fusion are certainly on an upswing recently but have shown to be incapable of closing out series when they matter. They lost to Seoul twice in a row in close games, and missed out on the Melee as well due to their UN clutchness against Shanghai. I can't see them suddenly becoming clutch, especially with their confidence likely in shambles. Houston Outlaws are a good team that has adaptability issues and can't punch up. Other than the Shock, whenever they face tough opposition, when absolutely crumble and tend to get stomped. They have little results to speak of, and while they will likely end up in playoffs, they are the most vulnerable to being stomped early out of it. Seoul Dynasty has coaching issues. Their comp decisions threw the tournament away from them and they got stomped by a Pelican-less Atlanta who got stomped by the other two teams. They seem to have a poor reading of the meta in high-stakes situations and of adaptability issues, and also tend to drop the spaghetti while punching up. Honestly, out of the play-ins finalists, they are the most likely to miss playoffs. Their DPS line is good, creative is decent, but the rest of their roster fluctuates between mediocre to bad. The San Francisco Shock is looking up right now, however they have not produced results against the top of the top recently. While they have the best regular season record, they have been stomped in 2 out of 3 knockouts, and couldn't make it despite being in a good position to. Control is currently their worst map type, they pretty much never win it. So when they get in close games with really good teams, I doubt their ability to close them out. Finally, no hero bans makes me worried that they'll go back to musical chairs on the support role and screw up their backline. The bans consolidated their backline to Twilight and Vile 2T, and if they try to throw God in the mix again, it worries me. Atlanta Reign aren't going to have Pelican most likely, and he is still injured. We've seen them get stomped without him, and if he isn't there it will likely be a repeat. However, even with Pelican there, they have been unable to secure a stage final at any point in the year. They have always been the high-tier team that has been just outside of the tippity top, and so when push comes to shove, I don't know they have the ability to take on the current top 4. Los Angeles Gladiators look great right now, however the current hero pools suit them quite well. They allow Givster and Bidring to fuck on their best heroes, and Noluscio allows Shu to stay on his best heroes like Baptiste and Zenyatta. They will have to flex a lot more now and deal with a potential meta shift which doesn't bode great for them. Chengdi Hunters has been carried by the recent meta. The meta allows them to play ball rush comps which they are phenomenal at. However, with the bunker comp being popular again and hero pools ending, they could in a rough spot when the meta shifts to a more passive style, especially if it's one where Leave can't carry. Dallas Fuel is still an extremely talented roster, however the fact that they chose to sandbag in a meta where they were already struggling is concerning. They risk being out of practice when the time comes. I understand the need for a break, however they should have made sure they had a proper grasp of the meta before they did so. Shanghai is the same, just to a lesser extent as they were dominant beforehand. I am worried they halted their momentum, and Shanghai isn't unprone to upsets. I wouldn't be surprised if we get a repeat of last year's grand finals. Thanks for watching and remember to like and subscribe for more. I upload daily Overwatch League content and am trying to hit 100 subs by Season 5, so any subscription helps greatly. Thanks.